After several years, our friends would move on in their lives. Vegeta was on Beerus's planet, training for the god of destruction, while Goku was still on Earth. His wife and children had already died. While Goku lived his life, only the androids Piccolo and Majin Buu remained. One day, Whis would observe the horizon. I felt a suspicious peace in the universe. Wow, everything is very quiet, Whis said. Yes, that's true. I don't like it at all, Beerus said. What's wrong with peace? Vegeta said, bewildered. They say it as if it were a problem. Oh, Mr. Vegeta, there are things you still need to learn, Whis said. The universe is governed by a certain balance. If everything is very quiet, it's because something is about to happen. The universe responds to energies. There haven't been any villains for a long time, only heroes getting stronger. If this continues, a very powerful villain will somehow be born, or else one of the heroes will turn evil, Beerus would explain. That doesn't make much sense to me, Vegeta said. You'll understand in time, Whis said. Remember that your position is neither for good nor for evil. It is to balance the universe through destruction. Even so, I still don't understand it, Vegeta said. That's right. Frieza, Cell, Majin Frieza's return, Vegeta said. Now everything makes sense. He realized, Whis said. Just think what would have happened if one of those villains had acted later in time, with you and Goku stronger, Beerus said. Yes, I understand, Vegeta said, realizing. The level of danger they posed was greater than our powers, but when compared, it was always the same difference between us. Frieza's rebirth was the answer to the absence of villains, Beerus said. And Brawly, let's just say he wasn't even a villain, just an incident, but he'll count as part of the balance. Cell had returned as Cell Max, and Gohan dealt with him while we were gone, Vegeta said. You see, Whis said. Anyway, I highly doubt Majin Buu will return somehow. He's supposed to have already reincarnated as someone with a pure soul, Vegeta said. Who knows? Anything could happen, Whis said. With this silence in the universe, we'll never know what might happen for a new threat to appear. On Earth, Goku was walking through a forest. He came across a curious tree that seemed very strange to him. Wow, I don't remember ever seeing a tree like this, Goku said. The branches of that tree were twisted, the roots had strange shapes and buried themselves in the ground and resurfaced, and it was enormous. It looks like a very old tree, but I know it wasn't here before, Goku said. I wonder what it is. Then Goku would notice a strange fruit. It seemed to be some kind of apple with a greenish or ugly color. Goku would pick one up. Looking at it made me hungry, but I don't know if I should, Goku said. I have no idea if it's edible or not. Goku's stomach would rumble, indicating that he was hungry. Oh well, what does it matter, Goku said. Goku would take a bite of one of those apples. The taste was sour. Oh well, it's ugly, Goku said. Oh well, I'm really hungry. After a few minutes of eating that fruit, Goku began to feel sick. Strong dizziness attacked him, while his skin became sweaty. Oh well, no, I shouldn't have eaten that, Goku said. Goku felt increasingly worse. He would try to get out of there in search of help. After a few steps, he would fall to the ground. Goku began to writhe and end up losing his life. A sinister aura would surround his body. After that, his soul would arrive in the afterlife. He was in line while meeting the other souls. Heavens, I definitely shouldn't have eaten that, Goku said. But Goku began to feel strange. His soul began to disappear. Goku, are they already reviving you? The Matayama would ask. I don't know. This feels weird, Goku said. Goku's soul would disappear. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku would wake up, although his mind was hazy. He looked like before, but with dark circles under his eyes, and his body wasted away. He was thin, as if he hadn't eaten for days. Goku's hunger would drive him mad. He ate all the apples on that tree without leaving a single one, but instead of calming his hunger, it increased. Goku would let out a strange roar, then raise his ki and fly away. On the planet of Beerus, both the angel and the god of destruction sensed something strange. "What was that?" Beerus asked. "I see you felt it too," Whis replied. "Is something wrong?" Vegeta asked. "It was just an eerie energy. I've never felt anything like it before," Beerus replied. "Do you think it's because of the calm in the universe?" Whis asked. "I don't know. That was odd," Beerus remarked. "We'd better investigate." Goku began attacking living beings on Earth. He was completely out of control. The only thing driving him was his hunger. He drained the energy of every animal he saw, taking its life and recovering slightly, but it wasn't enough. After attacking animals, he chose to go after people. He reached the central city where he caused chaos. He approached each living being on Earth, put his hands on their necks, and drained their energy, similar to how Cell did it. The citizens fell to the ground, losing their lives. Goku continued in this way, draining the life force of the inhabitants of Earth. In a moment, Goku was slightly recovered, but even so, his mind was hazy. He didn't remember that he had died or what he was doing. He was only reacting on instinct. At a moment, Whis would see the situation from his planet. "Well, I told you something like this could happen," Whis said. "I can't believe Kakarot is causing havoc," Vegeta said. "Well, it seems that since Goku was the only worthwhile subject, the universe chose him to be the villain of the week," Beerus said. "I have to stop him. Lord Vegeta, the balance of the universe," Whis said. "You're right. Let him be. Mortals will have to take care of this," Beerus said. "But," Vegeta said, puzzled, "just observe. Until the situation escalates to astronomical levels, you can't act," Whis said. "It may be difficult, but it was what you agreed to when you became a candidate for God of Destruction." "Damn it. This is a good opportunity to prove your integrity. You set aside any sign of compassion towards mortals is a sign of being the God of Destruction. So keep that in mind," Beerus said. "This is the moment when you'll know if you're ready to be the God of Destruction or not, so take it as a test." Goku would continue causing mayhem until a K-ball hit him. It was Piccolo. "Goku, what the hell is wrong with you?" Piccolo said. Goku would look at Piccolo but wouldn't recognize him. Goku would scream like a madman and launch himself at Piccolo with everything he had. "I can't believe it," Piccolo said. Piccolo would dodge Goku. He was chased by him as he fled. Piccolo would turn and attack Goku with several key attacks, but Goku moved from side to side, dodging everything.
"I can't believe it. Despite being out of his mind, he has reflexes," Piccolo said. Goku would create a large ki blast and launch it at Piccolo. Piccolo would dodge the attack, but the ki blast, continuing past, would change course and return to Piccolo. The cunning Namekian would realize the trap and attack the ki blast, generating a huge explosion. "How can he use his brain in that state?" Piccolo said. Suddenly, Goku would hug Piccolo from behind. It began to drain his energy little by little. Because it was Piccolo, the process was even slower since he had a lot of energy. Goku's ki would increase as his hair glowed, transforming him into a Super Saiyan. Although several attacks from ki to Goku's back would force him to let go. 17 and 18 had arrived to help him. "Are you okay?" 18 said. "The devil almost got you," said 17. "If they hadn't arrived, I would have killed myself," Piccolo said. "What's going on?" Android 18 said. "I don't know. He looks like a living dead man," Piccolo said. "Heavens, it looks really bad," Android 18 said. Goku would shout, raising his ki to the maximum. He was able to transform into Super Saiyan, despite being a zombie. Suddenly he would appear in front of 17 and hit him hard in the stomach. "Ah!" said 17. 18 went going for him, but Goku would hit Android 18 too. "That can't be. His power increased with my energy," Piccolo said. Piccolo would feel fatigue from absorbing Goku. He would try to do something, but it was almost impossible for him to fight freely. Androids 17 and 18 would attack Goku with everything they had, but the power difference was really big. There wasn't much they could do. Goku would grab onto Android 18 to absorb her energy, but being an android, he would not succeed. It needs 100% biological beings. "Stop touching me," Android 18 said. 18 would manage to break free. Goku would get fed up, and noticing that 17 and 18 were of no use to him, he would leave. "Damn, what was all that about?" said 17. "Goku looks like he's turned into a zombie," Piccolo said. "You've got to be kidding me," 18 said. "It's obvious. He's dead inside and depends on other people's energy," Piccolo said. "He's doing something similar to Dr. Maki's hero. If this keeps up, we won't be able to stop him," 17 said. "Goku has already sacrificed the lives of too many animals. We have to find a solution before it escalates to higher levels. I'll go talk to Dende. Maybe there's something we can do," Piccolo said. Piccolo would go to Kami-sama's temple while Whis and Beerus watched everything. "Well, after all, these fools managed to do something right," Whis said. "I noticed Vegeta is somewhat tense," Beerus said. Vegeta was meditating. He was trying to ignore what was happening on Earth, but his worry wouldn't leave him alone. He knew he couldn't intervene, for that meant he wasn't qualified to be a god of destruction. Meanwhile, Goku would continue his journey across Earth, absorbing the energy of more people. His circle was endless. Each time he absorbed someone's energy, it was depleted before he reached the next person. Moments later, we see Piccolo arrive at Kami's lookout with the Dragon Balls. "I hope this works," Piccolo said. Piccolo placed the Dragon Balls and summoned Shenron. The Dragon God emerged, ready to grant his wish. "Tell me, what is your wish? I can grant anything," Shenron said. "I wish for Goku to return to normal." "I am sorry, I cannot grant that wish," Shenron said. "Goku's state is under a universal power that surpasses my own. It can't be. That was my last chance." "If you have nothing else to wish for, I must go," Shenron said. "At least revive all the people who died at Goku's hands." Shenlong would grant the wish, although it would only be a temporary solution. "Mr. Piccolo, they could die again and give more energy to Mr. Goku," Dende said. "I know, but I couldn't waste the Dragon Balls." "Damn, this is harder than I thought," Piccolo would finish speaking seriously. The news of Goku's transformation into an energy-hungry being spread rapidly throughout the universe. Whis and Beerus continued to watch from afar as Vegeta tried to remain calm in his role as the next god of destruction. Meanwhile, on Earth, our friends would find Goku. "He's finally here," Piccolo said. "Remember what we talked about," Android 17 said. "Yes, we have to stick to the plan," Android 18 said. "Just try to cover me," Piccolo said. Piccolo would arrive in front of Goku. He would turn around, observing the Namekian with murderous instinct. "Goku, if you can hear me anywhere inside you, you'll know that the right thing to do is to kill you." Goku would burst his ki, transforming into Super Saiyan. He would reach Piccolo with a powerful punch, launching him several meters away. Piccolo would stop the flight and return to Goku with a powerful kick to his chest. Goku would cough up green blood. "I can't believe it." Goku would at one point hold Piccolo's wrist, but before he could absorb its energy, Piccolo would cut off that part of his arm. After that, with an attack from Ki, he would throw Goku far away. 17 and 18 were at a distance, waiting for the moment to act. "Come on, Piccolo, you're taking too long," said 17. "He said that until he gives the signal, we shouldn't do it," said 18. Piccolo would launch several Ki attacks towards Goku. He attacked him from a distance to avoid contact. Then he would throw a big stick at Goku. This would move from side to side. Even so, the attack would pierce his shoulder, tearing off a large piece of flesh. In any case, the wound began to move with dark energy emanating from it. "What the heck?" Piccolo said. "That's not normal," said 18. "Since when do normal things happen on Earth?" said 17. Goku would recover from the wound and launch himself with everything towards Goku. "Now," Piccolo said. 17 and 18 would enter the fray. Each one would create a series of barriers that kept Goku imprisoned. Goku tried to move, but he took steps with difficulty. "Piccolo, hurry up. Even if we have infinite energy, it's exhausting to do that," said 18. "Just give me a moment," Piccolo said. Piccolo placed a bottle on the ground with the demon's mark. He was about to use the Mafuba. Upon successfully using the technique, 17 and 18 would nullify their barriers on Goku. The Mafuba would imprison him. Goku was enveloped in a whirlwind of energy that limited his movements. Even though he resisted, there was no way for him to escape. Finally, Piccolo sealed Goku inside the bottle. Instantly, 17 arrived to seal it. Piccolo fell to his knees once Goku was sealed. "Wow, Goku really resisted," Piccolo said. "Hey, are you okay?" 18 asked. "That Mafuba used up a lot of energy. Goku really resisted," Piccolo said. "But he's fine now." "We could leave him sealed instead of killing him," 17 said. "I was thinking of launching him into space. If I destroy the bottle there, Goku will die instantly," he said. "Piccolo, that way their soul could reach the afterlife." "Better kill him here," 18 said. "As long as he's inside the Mafuba, his body is incorporeal. I know because I was involved in this for many years," Piccolo said. "When the bottle breaks, it will have no body for a few seconds, so it will return to the same state." "So don't waste your time," said 18. Piccolo would bring his hand back to gain momentum. He would stretch his arm out several meters as far as he could. Then his arm would return to normal as he threw the bottle into the air. With all that momentum, the bottle would reach space. "Hey, how do you know it's in space?" Android 17 said. "Don't compare me to you guys. I have good eyesight," Piccolo said. Piccolo, with his keen eyesight, was able to see the bottle floating in space. It would open its mouth, unleashing a great beam from here. It would reach the bottle, destroying it instantly. At that moment, Goku would regain his corporeal form. He was in the middle of space, unable to breathe. "Okay, that's where he dies," Piccolo said. "I hope it works," said 18. Goku felt a deep pain from being in the void of space. Even so, he did not die. "This has to be a joke," Piccolo said. "What's going on?" said 18. "Goku doesn't die," Piccolo said. Our friends were terrified as their plans were failing. They weren't quite sure if Goku, being a zombie, possessed some kind of immortality. "I don't understand. He should die. Nobody survives the vacuum of space," Piccolo said. "We have to do something, or he'll come back worse than before," Android 18 said. Goku's body was enveloped in dark energy. That seemed to be what was protecting him. Goku flew at great speed towards Earth while the others waited. "Damn it, we have no choice but to kill him the old-fashioned way," Piccolo said. "You're the strong one here. Do you think you can do it?" Android 18 asked. "I could, but I didn't want to use my full power," Piccolo replied. Goku arrived again. He looked determined to attack our friends. "All right, now give me space," Piccolo said. "You really can," said 17. "You're just in my way," Piccolo said. Piccolo began to raise his ki to the maximum. He would use his orange form like when he fought against C-Max, launching himself at Goku with everything he had, and the two of them began exchanging powerful blows. Piccolo seemed to have the situation under control. His strength and speed were completely superior, at least for the moment. On Beerus's planet, the gods would see everything. "Mr. Piccolo fortunately has enough power to deal with the situation," Whis said. "It seems you've forgotten who Kakarot is," Vegeta said. "That insect always pushes its limits." "You plan to intervene?" Beerus said. "If things get worse, I'll go," Vegeta said. The fight was becoming increasingly chaotic. Goku and Piccolo gave it their all. Every so often, Goku would try to grab Poro to absorb his energy, but whenever it happened,
Piccolo would manage to get him off before he could. At one point, Piccolo would punch Goku in the stomach. It would pierce his stomach from side to side. Goku would cough up green blood on Piccolo. This cleaned with disgust. "Damn, he's rotten inside," Piccolo said. Goku would fall to the ground with his eyes rolled back. He would lose a large amount of blood. "It was about time we finished him off," Piccolo said. "Is he really dead?" Android 18 asked. "Just a moment," Piccolo replied. They could still sense Goku's ki, even though he was weak. "This can't be true," Piccolo said. Our friends stepped back as dark energy surrounded Goku's wound. Goku stood up with a hole in his stomach. Slowly, the wound began to close. "I don't understand. It's like some kind of immortality," Piccolo said. "They have to destroy the tree," King Kai said. "What are you talking about?" Android 18 asked. "The tree that Goku ate," Piccolo replied. "That tree is the origin of everything. They have to destroy it as soon as possible," Kaiosama said. 17 and 18 would try to reach the tree with Kaiosama's guidance. They would know where they had to go. Goku's instincts told him that something bad was happening. He would try to stop them, but Piccolo would get in his way. "Stop! Are you fighting me there?" Piccolo said. Piccolo would strike Goku hard in the face, sending him flying. The fight would resume, while the androids would reach the cursed tree. Vegeta would see everything. "I was aware of the tree, so the origin is the tree," Vegeta said. "It seems someone planted it with bad intentions," Whis said. "And precisely so that Goku can find it," Beerus said. "I highly doubt this was the work of the universe," Vegeta said. "If anyone did it, their action was the universe. You are still too young to understand," Beerus said. 17, 18 would attack the tree, launch several ki attacks, but they would do nothing to it. Its roots seemed to absorb all the energy.
"This has to be a joke," I'd say 17. "This thing seems to feed off the attacks," I said 18. "The tree seemed to be growing and its fruits would become stronger. Come on, there has to be something we can do," said Android 17. The fight between Goku and Piccolo was becoming increasingly intense. At one point, Goku kneed Piccolo under the chin. The blow was so powerful that it knocked him out of the fight for a moment. Instead of absorbing Piccolo's energy, Goku went after androids 17 and 18 as quickly as possible. When he arrived, he saw them in front of the tree. "It can't be," said Android 17. "Did Piccolo lose?" asked Android 18. Piccolo arrived instantly. "He was just delayed, you pair of idiots. It was about time they destroyed it," said Piccolo. "We can't. The tree is resisting," said Android 17. Goku unleashed his ki to its maximum. The tree sent energy back to Goku. Our friends couldn't believe what they were seeing. "If this keeps up, we're going to be in trouble," said Android 18. Goku managed to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. "Now we're really lost," said Piccolo. Goku launched himself at the three of them, but suddenly Vegeta would arrive as if nothing was wrong, blocking his path. "Vegeta?" Piccolo said, puzzled. "I'll take care of this," Vegeta said. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan Blue without much effort. "Insect, I'll finish this right now," Vegeta said. Vegeta was ready to face the situation. Goku would launch himself at him with everything he had, but Vegeta would send him flying with a single blow. The difference in power between them was truly noticeable, even though they were both transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. "I can't believe it. Vegeta is really strong," Piccolo said. "It's been years since I've seen Vegeta. He must have gotten stronger with Beerus," Android 18 said. Vegeta would carefully observe the tree. "That thing is what turned Kakarot into a zombie," Vegeta said. Vegeta would slowly approach the tree, studying it carefully. Goku would launch himself like a torpedo toward Vegeta's back, but the Saiyan would react with a light punch without even changing his stance. Goku would fall back to the ground. "Vegeta, if you're going to do something, do it now," Piccolo said. "Shut your mouth," Vegeta said. "Hey, don't be rude," Android 18 said. Vegeta would stretch his hand toward the tree. "Hakai,"
Vegeta said seriously. The tree would disappear completely without leaving a trace. Goku would launch himself towards Vegeta again, but he would gradually lose speed. Suddenly, Goku would close his eyes and fall to the ground. So, that's it, Android 18 said. That was what was controlling Kakarot, Vegeta said. Then Goku returned to normal, Piccolo said. Not entirely. I have to take him, Vegeta said. Vegeta would take Goku and use instant transmission to return to Beerus's planet. Wow, that turned out to be easier than I expected, Android 18 said. We should have called Vegeta from the start, Android 17 said. Yes, you're right, Android 18 said. Whis, I need you to check him, Vegeta said. Oh, let me see, Whis said. Whis would point at Goku with his staff. He would notice that he was rotten inside. Goodness, he's barely alive, Whis said. Kakarot was just a tool for the tree to keep growing. I must find out who planted him, Vegeta said. Vegeta, what did I tell you about interfering in the affairs of mortals? Phil said. This is a much more serious matter. There could be these trees all over Universe 7. I must find out. Who's responsible? Vegeta would ask. Lord Vegeta is right, Whis said. It's more serious than I thought. Whis would heal Goku. In a matter of minutes, he was as good as new, although he was still asleep. It's best if he rests. Later, we'll see how to tell him that he's responsible for thousands of deaths on Earth, Whis said. Hours would pass, and Goku would wake up in Beerus's castle. He wasn't sure what was happening. The last thing he remembered was being in the other world and disappearing. Wow, this is Beerus's castle. They must have revived me, Goku said. Goku would go outside and meet up with the others. Hey guys, thanks for reviving me, Goku said. What the heck? What do you remember? Vegeta asked. Well, I died from eating a bad apple, Goku laughed, while the others watched, unsure how to tell him the truth. Yeah, I know it was a stupid way to die. No, I didn't expect to be revived for that. I thought they'd let me complete my cycle. Kakarot, we didn't revive you. Oh no, Goku replied. We have something to tell you, Whis said. Our friends had a serious talk with Goku, giving him the details of what had happened. Goku couldn't believe it. He never imagined he was responsible for so many deaths, much less that he was a zombie. Gosh, I feel so bad, Goku said. It's not like it's your fault, Whis said. Fortunately, the zombie state didn't allow you to use your powers at 100%, but you did have absurd regeneration. It was impossible to kill you, Vegeta said. Wow, I guess I'll have to use the Dragon Balls to fix all this, Goku said. They already used them. To revive the people you killed, but you went on to kill others, Vegeta said. Now go back to Earth and get on with your life. It's all settled, Goku said. Yes, it's all settled. Go, Vegeta said. Okay, Goku said. Goku would put his fingers to his forehead, but he couldn't use instant transmission. Gee whiz, could you take me? Goku said. I can't sense anyone's ki from this distance. Oh, you're useless, Vegeta said. Lord Vegeta can do it. He's learned to use instant transmission. Really, Vegeta? That's great, Goku said. Vegeta turned red with embarrassment. I knew you didn't want to use it, but you put your pride aside. That speaks to your maturity, Goku said. I knew something like this would happen, Beerus said. I'm only doing it to be independent, Vegeta said sulkily. You just called me dependent, Beerus said seriously. Think what you want, Vegeta said irritably. Hey, remember I'm still the god of destruction, Beerus said annoyed. Gentlemen, stop wasting time. Lord Vegeta, take Goku away once and for all, Whis said. Wow, what a rush, Goku said. Really? Everything's settled? Yes, everything's fine thanks to me. Now shut your mouth, Vegeta said angrily. Vegeta punched Goku in the stomach. Goku doubled over for a moment, then grabbed him by the hair and teleported to Earth, several meters above Kami's lookout. Vegeta yanked Goku by the hair and threw him towards Kami's lookout. Goku hit the ground hard. Hey, you didn't have to be so rough, Goku said. Vegeta left without saying goodbye. Goku, are you okay? Piccolo asked. Well, sort of. I feel guilty about everything that happened. I'm so sorry. It's nothing. I wasn't the blame for everything that was happening. After all, I wasn't in my right mind, Dende said.
Anyway, I killed a lot of people, and they already used the Dragon Balls, Goku said. Now I'll go to planet Namek and fix all the damage I did. That was a good idea, Piccolo said. Hey, by the way, I want you to know that we wanted to kill you so your soul could go to the afterlife. Yeah, I know. It was a good decision, Goku said. Meanwhile, Beerus, Whis, and Vegeta would investigate the origin of the tree that turned Goku into a zombie. They would track the activity of several planets by encountering trees of that style. Many of the inhabitants of each planet had become zombies, but Vegeta would eliminate the trees on each of them. When they arrived at a particular planet, they would realize that things had already escalated too much. Our friends would arrive at a small planet where the tree had grown so much that it could be seen from space. Look at the size of that thing, Whis said. Damn, we took too long to get here, Beerus said. That's why we should have intervened from the beginning, Vegeta said. Yes, I know, you're right, Beerus said. I don't need you to remind me. Whis would analyze the planet in detail. There wasn't much to be done. It seems the tree stole all the life from the planet, Whis said. Lord Whis, may I have the honor? Vegeta said. Go ahead. After all, you were right, Beerus said. Vegeta would drop a ball of Hagai toward the planet. It was covered in destructive energy, but amazingly, nothing would happen to it. That's not true, Vegeta said. How is that possible? Beerus said. It seems the tree has so much energy that not even destruction can erase it, Whis said. I have to erase it. Whatever, Vegeta said. You're right, Beerus said. Beerus and Vegeta would use their Hakai powers on the tree, but they would not manage to make it disappear. The tree was too resilient even for the gods of destruction. If we attack it with normal energy, we'll only feed the tree, Vegeta said. This makes no sense, Vilsk said. Suddenly, the tree began to glow. It seemed to come to life. Little by little, the tree would shrink. We need to see what's going on, Vegeta said. Our friends would go to the planet. They would find themselves in a desolate place with no life of any kind. The giant tree would keep shrinking more and more. Suddenly, from afar, a beam of ki was seen rising into the sky. What is that? Beerus said, puzzled. A new demonic being would appear. He called himself Janemba and was born as a result of the absorption of energy from the entire planet. Hey, who the hell are you? Vegeta said. I am Janemba, and I will be your worst nightmare, Janemba said. I think this guy wants to disappear, Beerus said. Beerus would go to Janemba and attack him with Hakai energy, but it would have no effect. How is this possible? Beerus said, terrified. Janemba would scream and unleash all his energy. He would launch himself at Beerus with everything he had and land a powerful punch that would leave him breathless. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan Blue and kick Janemba in the face. That way, he would give Beerus some breathing room. I can't believe this guy is so strong, Beerus said. He really took me by surprise. I'll fight him, Vegeta said. Vegeta, you're not that strong. Leave this to me, Beerus said. I'll take it as a challenge. Don't get too confident, Beerus, Whis said. Don't worry, I'll tear him to pieces, Beerus said. Beerus would prepare to resume the fight while Janemba returned. Idiot, do you think you're stronger than me? Janemba said. You only have the energy of one planet. It's not enough for me, Beerus said seriously.
My power does not encompass the entire planet. I only used it to wake up. In addition, I used the energy of all the planets that were affected by the seeds I left on each one, Yanemba said. Wretched man, now everything makes sense, Vegeta said, bewildered. I'm not interested in your speech. Beerus and Yanemba began an intense battle where both gave it their all. The sky resounded as the powers clashed with each other. The god of destruction and the demon clashed in an epic battle. It was the most important battle for Beerus. As the minutes passed, they both wore each other out. They seemed to have the same power. Oh, how interesting, Whis said. I don't understand how a living being can be born with the power of Beerus, Vegeta said. That has no explanation. Well, I think Janemba already existed before. He must have come to life, Whis said. I should investigate its origin. While Whis was investigating, the fight continued. Little by little, Beerus would lose his advantage. Although they had the same powers, Janemba possessed a great healing factor, in addition to an inexhaustible energy. Beerus was in trouble. He could no longer keep up with Janemba. At one point, it was Beerus that was attacking, and Janemba was just dodging. What's happening? It seems you weren't as strong as you thought, Janemba said. Shut your mouth, Beerus said furiously. Beerus would put his hands together and create a large ball of ki. He would launch his attack with everything he had, but Janemba would hold it as if it were nothing and without much effort deflect the attack. Okay, thanks for the warm-up, Janemba said. Warm-up, Beerus said, confused. Janemba began to crack his bones. As you can see, I just woke up. I felt a bit numb, but thanks to this fight, I feel fit again. Janemba unleashed his ki to its fullest, demonstrating immense power. He was stronger than before. Beerus felt fear course through his body. This was far worse than he had anticipated. What kind of guy is this? Beerus asked. I'm your worst nightmare, Janemba replied. Undeterred, Beerus launched himself at Janemba, throwing a punch, but Janemba caught his fist as if it were nothing. He held him captive, preventing Beerus from breaking free. Janemba's blow left Beerus stunned and weakened. Meanwhile, Vegeta observed the situation gravely, assessing the available options. Whis, on the other hand, continued investigating Janemba's origins to obtain crucial information. Janemba released Beerus's grip and stepped back, laughing sinisterly. It seems the god of destruction isn't as invincible as he thought. This will be the end of Universe 7, Janemba exclaimed maliciously. Beerus slowly rose, still shaken by the impact. Vegeta approached him. Beerus, we need a strategy. We can't allow this monster to destroy our universe, Vegeta said with determination. Beerus, though resentful of the situation, had no choice but to agree with Vegeta. You're right, Vegeta. We have to work together to defeat this being. I won't allow this guy to do whatever he wants as if he owns the universe. While Filsk focused on regaining his strength, Janemba continued to unleash his power, creating cracks in the planet's ground. Negative energy emanated from him, distorting the reality around him. Vegeta thoughtfully formulated a plan in his mind. Whis, do you have any information on how to weaken Janemba? Anything I can use? Vegeta asked, remaining on guard. Whis had been closely observing the situation.
The key might lie in his origin. Janemba is a demonic being, and my research indicates that his existence is linked to alternate dimensions and the distortion of space-time, Whis said. But how does that help us? Vegeta would ask. Janemba's arm would grow, grabbing Vegeta by the neck. He was forced to transform into Super Saiyan Blue to break free. Then he would launch himself at Janemba with a powerful sidekick, but the demon would catch himself with his arms in time. Janemba was sent flying away, his feet scraping the ground as he resisted the force of the impact.
The blow hadn't done him the slightest damage. Alternate dimensions, how can we use that to our advantage? Beerus questioned. Beerus, recovering slightly, would raise his ki to its maximum and launch himself at Janemba. Vegeta and Beerus would attack the demon with everything they had, but they couldn't put up a fight. Janemba's power was extraordinary and far surpassed theirs. If we find a way to reverse or transfer the effects of Janemba's connection to those dimensions, we could weaken him, but we'll need time to gather accurate information, Whis would explain. Wow, how interesting. It seems Janemba isn't canon. Get ready. I won't allow you to destroy our universe, Vegeta said with determination. Vegeta placed his hands in front of him as he raised his energy. Final flash! Vegeta launched his attack with all his might. Janemba caught the attack with both hands. He stumbled back a few meters, his feet scraping the ground, but managed to deflect it after a great effort. The attack shot into the sky where it exploded. Damn it, Vegeta said in terror. That thing couldn't have deflected that attack so easily, said Beerus. There has to be some way to stop it. Idiot, all you do is waste time. After absorbing the life force of all those mortals, I obtained immense power. You can't defeat me, not even if you try, Janemba said. The battle continued, but this time Vegeta adopted a different strategy. While facing Janemba, he used his sharp intelligence and speed to dodge his attacks and study his fighting patterns. Meanwhile, Whis continued his investigation, searching for a way to weaken Janemba at its source of his power. After several minutes of intense fighting, Vegeta managed to distract Janemba long enough for Whis to communicate with him telepathically. Lord Vegeta, I've discovered an anomaly in the dimensional fabric that's linked to Janemba. You should find an opening in his energy and attack from there, Whis said. I don't understand what that means, Vegeta replied. In that distraction, Janemba knocked Vegeta unconscious, leaving him on the ground. Vegeta could barely move, but just as Janemba was about to reach him, Beerus arrived with a powerful kick that sent Janemba flying. Vegeta, get out of here, Beerus said. What are you talking about? Vegeta asked. You will be the next god of destruction. You have more potential than I do to become stronger. But Beerus, having recovered sufficiently, joined the offensive. He launched himself at Janemba with everything he had, aiming to distract him. Lord Vegeta, Whis called, as it was time to flee. Vegeta watched both Beerus and Whis, waiting to decide what to do. He wasn't one to run away, but he knew perfectly well that he couldn't win this battle. With his head down, he would go to Whis, and they would both flee. Hey, why is your friend leaving? Janemba would ask. It's more than clear that you will win this battle, but Vegeta will return even stronger than before and tear you to pieces. Your sacrifice will be in vain, Janemba said. You will die for nothing, Beerus, god of destruction. Beerus, with great courage, would gather all the energy he had and begin to manifest it around his body. I will use all my energy in this attack, Beerus said seriously. Beerus would launch a great beam of ki with energy of 2 color ranges, violet and yellow. It was energy of Hawkeye and energy of Hawkeye, swirling in a perfect attack. What is that? Janemba would ask, bewildered. Janemba would cross his arms, trying to resist it. The attack spun around on Janemba's forearms, causing him great damage. Damn it, this is too much, Janemba said. Finally, after a great effort, Beerus stopped his attack, collapsing to the ground. Janemba, on the other hand, was still standing, but his forearms were badly injured. They had severe burns. Damn, if I had to fight someone, I wouldn't be able to defend myself in this state. Anyway, Beerus was lying on the ground. He had sacrificed his life in order to use that attack. You wretch, you will pay for this with your life, Janemba said. Janemba would leave while Whis and Vegeta were on Beerus's planet. Suddenly, Vegeta touched his chest. What is this feeling? Vegeta said. I feel very strange. Oh, it must be Beerus. He's dead, Whis said. What would Vegeta say?
Things a god of destruction apprentice doesn't need to know until he becomes one. Once he's an apprentice, if the god of destruction dies, the apprentice automatically becomes a god of destruction, I'd say, Whis. Therefore, the connection with the Kaioshin passes to you. Are you saying Beerus died? Vegeta said. Of course, it was inevitable. I can't believe it. Now, how am I going to stop this guy? On Earth, Goku was truly sad. He felt terrible about all the deaths he had caused as a zombie. Even though it wasn't his fault, he felt incredibly responsible for everything and couldn't find a way to redeem himself. Besides, he couldn't help the situation either, since his power was far from Janemba's. Heavens, and the worst part is that I have to stay here doing nothing. I don't even have any idea what's going on. Janemba would arrive on Earth. It was the planet he hadn't yet absorbed energy from. Goku would sense a colossal ki that caught his attention, but somehow it felt familiar. What is that? Goku would ask, puzzled. Whis and Vegeta would learn of Janemba's presence on Earth and wouldn't hesitate to go. I can't believe that bastard is on Earth, Vegeta said furiously. Maybe he went here because it was one of the planets he planned to absorb, but I don't know he succeeded, Whis said. I won't allow him to take over Earth, Vegeta said furiously. Whis and Vegeta would travel to Earth as soon as possible, but it was Goku who would arrive first. Hey, who are you? Goku said. Where do I know you from? Janemba said. I don't know. I'd say the same thing, Goku said. Something about you seems familiar, but at the same time it disgusts me. Hey, you're very cute, aren't you? Janemba said. Goku and Janemba would look at each other tensely for a moment. They both felt a connection to each other, unaware that Goku in the past was a zombie affected by that tree. Janemba would get fed up of so much tension, so he would stretch out his arm towards Goku. The Saiyan would dodge the attack by moving to the side, but Janemba's arm would gradually return to normal. After that, Goku would grab his neck.
Yes, I know who you are, Janemba said. I can feel it. Wait, what are you talking about? Goku said as he tried to free himself. You were one of those who ate the fruit of the tree. Damned, Jan said. Damn it, you're responsible for everything, Goku said. Goku would explode his ki until he transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, but even then he didn't have enough strength to break free. Janemba would laugh at how he was humiliating him, but he didn't expect what was about to happen. Janemba would squeeze Goku's neck tightly. Goku would bite Janemba's hand. He would let go because of the pain, his arm returning to normal. Damn it, why do you bite? Janemba said. Goku's eyes would turn red for a moment. Janemba didn't understand what was happening. What's happening to this guy? Janemba said, confused. Whis and Vegeta were on their way to Earth while watching everything through Whis' staff. What's wrong with Kakarot? Vegeta said. It seems he hasn't fully recovered, Whis said. Goku would scream, expelling his maximum ki. He would transform into Super Saiyan Blue. His eyes were still red as if he were being affected by something. Hey, what's wrong with you? Janemba said. Goku would arrive with a punch to his chest, but it wouldn't do anything to him. What are you supposed to be doing? Janemba said, confused. Goku would hit him again and again without doing the slightest damage, although he would notice something strange. Janemba's energy was heading towards Goku. It can't be, Janemba said, terrified. Janemba could send Goku flying with a single blow. He would roll several meters along the ground, but then manage to stand up. Goku was fine despite the blow, and Janemba would notice how he had lost some of his powers. This doesn't make sense, Janemba said, looking at his hands. The connection with the fruit made him claim the powers of the earth. Suddenly, Goku's body would light up and explode with a huge wave of energy. Whis and Vegeta would arrive at the exact moment of the show. What is going on? Vegeta said. It seems that the powers of Mr. Goku and Janemba have somehow stabilized, Whis said. That doesn't make sense, Vegeta said. Well, that's what's happening, Whis said. Mr. Goku absorbed Mr. Janemba's powers until they were both at the same level. Mr. Goku grew stronger while Janemba grew weaker. Goku would regain consciousness. He wasn't sure what was happening. All he knew was that the demon in front of him was his enemy. You are the creator of the cursed tree, Goku said.
"And you're a fool who murdered people for my benefit," Jan said. "You wretch, you'll pay for all the damage you caused me," Goku yelled, beside himself. Goku got into a fighting stance, ready to give Yanemba what he deserved. Goku's brilliant aura, fueled by the powers he had absorbed from Yanemba, enveloped the battlefield. Yanemba, on the other hand, was bewildered and weakened, the reality itself distorting around him. Whis and Vegeta watched the situation intently from a distance. "Kakarot has become strong out of nowhere. That's not fair," Vegeta said. "Lord Vegeta, if you think about it, that was always Lord Goku's strength," Whis said. "Whatever," Vegeta replied. Goku, now imbued with overwhelming energy, launched himself at Yanemba with breathtaking speed. His movements were fluid and precise, as if he had reached a new level of perfection in his fighting technique. Yanemba tried to defend himself, but he couldn't believe that Goku had matched his power. "Now we'll see who the real master is here," Goku exclaimed as he dodged Yanemba's blows. Yanemba with ease. "Wait a minute, that's not how Kakarot expresses himself," Vegeta said. Vegeta, observing the situation, couldn't help but feel a mixture of awe and rivalry. Although he had a hard time admitting it, Goku's current strength surpassed even his expectations. "Incredible, Kakarot, you've reached a new level of power," Vegeta said from a distance. Goku, focused on the battle, would only nod with determination. Yanemba, feeling the situation slipping from his grasp, would try to increase his power, but every effort proved futile. The energy that once belonged to him now flowed through Goku, strengthening him even more. "I can't believe this wretch is benefiting from me," Yanemba said. Whis analyzed the situation. "It seems the energy absorption has had an interesting impact on Mr. Goku. However, we don't know how long he can maintain that power level," Whis said. "What are you talking about?" Vegeta said. "He's experiencing a power surplus that his body can't handle. At any moment, his body will pay the price, just like when Ultra Instinct was used in the tournament. I can't believe it. He has to win as soon as possible," Vegeta said. As Goku continued his ferocious attack, Yanemba grew weaker and began to despair. "This can't be happening. I am the master of distortion and chaos," Yanemba said beside himself. Goku, in a swift movement, caught Yanemba in a hold, immobilizing him completely. "You have a lot to explain, Yanemba, but first we must return things to normal," Goku said. "Normal?" Yanemba said. Vegeta and Whis watched with concern as Goku maintained his control over Yanemba. The distorted reality slowly began to dissipate, revealing a landscape that had been affected by the dimensional chaos caused by the demon. "What do we do with him?" Vegeta asked, admiring Yanemba. "I don't know." "We are witnessing the landscapes of several realities," Whis said. Whis pondered for a moment. "We can harness his powers and send him to a separate dimension. This way he will no longer pose a threat to this universe," Whis said. "Although this could represent a potential danger in another reality, and he could return here." Goku, after hearing Whis' proposal, nodded. "That sounds reasonable, but first we need to restore everything Yanemba has affected," Goku said. Whis concentrated his energy into a sphere of brilliant light and launched it into the air. The sphere began to expand, restoring reality and reversing the effects of the dimensional chaos caused by Yanemba. The warped landscapes returned to their original form, and the wounds in the fabric of space-time healed. Yanemba, now completely immobilized, watched helplessly as reality returned to its normal state. Goku, determined to do justice, turned to Whis. "What about his souls he absorbed? Can we return them as well?" Goku asked. "That will happen when I kill him," Whis said. "It's the only way." "How do you know I had all the souls inside me?" Yanemba said. "I'm not an idiot. The tree functioned to collect lives. That included souls," Goku said. "Now don't move so I can kill you." "I never thought I'd say this, but well done, Kakarot," Vegeta said. "Don't think you'll get away with this." Yanemba began to dematerialize, then materialize somewhere else. "Damn, that ability is really annoying," Goku said angrily. Yanemba cracked his neck. "Wow, that grip was strong, but don't think that'll work again. I think I'll finish you this time." Yanemba exploded his ki to its maximum. His muscles began to twitch as if he were about to change form. Whis and Vegeta noticed Yanemba's power increasing. At a moment when Yanemba reached his peak, Goku unconsciously absorbed some of his power, leaving them both at the same level. "He did it again," Vegeta said. "It seems so," Whis said. Goku and Yanemba would launch themselves at each other. They began exchanging blows with great ferocity. The battle would become increasingly tense as both gave it their all. The sky would rumble, bearing witness to the immense power of both. "I can't believe you stole my powers again. It's all because you broke your connection with the tree," Yanemba said. "Shut your mouth," Goku said, launching a K-ball that Yanemba would dodge. Then Piccolo, Android 17, and Android 18 would arrive. "What's wrong with Goku?" Android 18 would ask. "Did Goku turn into a zombie again?" Android 17 would ask. "None of that. It's something strange to explain," Whis said. "I can't believe it. How did Goku become so strong?" Piccolo said. "Balance his powers with those of Yanemba," Vegeta said. "What would I say, 18? If Yanemba gets stronger, Goku steals his powers until they are balanced," Vegeta said. "It's like when you pour cold water and hot water into a container. The heat from the hot water passes to the cold water at a lower temperature, leaving everything level. I understood it from the beginning. I didn't need the whole explanation, I'd say, 18. "Oh, what a vulgar woman," Vegeta said, annoyed. "I wonder if we can do anything to benefit Goku," Piccolo said. "I doubt it. Mr. Goku and Yanemba are far from their powers. If they intervened, they would only get in the way," Whis said. Goku and Yanemba continued their fierce battle, exchanging energy attacks that resonated across the battlefield. The sky was illuminated by flashes of energy as they both fought for supremacy of power. Piccolo, 17, and 18 watched the fight in amazement, unable to intervene due to the dangerous balance of power between Goku and Yanemba. As the intensity of the fight increased, Goku realized that constantly absorbing Yanemba's power was not sustainable in the long run. Although his current power was impressive, he could feel his body beginning to pay the price for the excess power. Whis, observing the situation with his usual calm, understood that something had to change. "Mr. Goku, you may need to find a different solution. He will not be able to sustain this level of power for long without serious consequences for his body," Whis said. Goku, still in the middle of the fight, nodded seriously. I knew Whis was right, but the situation didn't allow much room for reflection. Meanwhile, Yanemba, increasingly frustrated by Goku's resistance, intensified his attacks. "You wretch, you won't last much longer," Yanemba said as he clasped his hands and unleashed a barrage of K attacks. Suddenly, in the middle of the fight, Goku would stop for a moment, close his eyes, and begin to concentrate. Her bright aura would become even more intense, but this time it seemed more controlled. Yanemba, confused by the pause, did not miss the opportunity and would launch a surprise attack without giving him any advantage. However, Goku would dodge the attack with incredible speed and counterattack with a series of precise blows. It seemed that Goku had found a new strategy, a way to control the power he absorbed from Yanemba without compromising his own well-being. Interesting. It seems that Mr. Goku has learned to handle the power he absorbed better, Whis would comment, observing attentively. He is using the principle of Ultra Instinct. Goku, with his new strategy, began to gain ground against Yanemba. Every movement was calculated, and his energy was more in harmony with his own body. Yanemba, bewildered by the change in the dynamics of the fight, struggled to adapt, but Goku focused on expending the least amount of energy and performing only the necessary movements. Her tactical skills and powers would increase the pressure on Yanemba, who was now at a disadvantage. Taking the advantage, Goku would prepare for a final attack. His energy gathered in his hands as he launched himself towards Yanemba with great speed. With a powerful shout, Goku would unleash a great Kamehameha, Yanemba said, as he responded with another demonic attack. Both powers would clash with each other. In any case, the situation was close. Goku was very careful with his energy, while Yanemba gave it his all. The exchange remained even, and that's when Goku decided to go the extra mile. Goku would scream, ignoring the calmness within him, and use all his strength in that attack.
Yanemba would disappear in an explosion of lights, while the Kamehameha was so powerful that it shook everything. Finally, our friends would celebrate Goku as the victor. "I can't believe it. He beat her," 18 said. Goku would lose his transformation as he slowly let you fall to the ground. "Wow, that was really tough," Goku said. Goku's muscles would rumble. He was suffering from severe muscular contractions. "Damn, everything hurts," Goku said. "I have to congratulate him. What he has done has been admirable," Whis said. "Energy management, the limits of their bodies, their movements, they did everything well." "I think so," Goku said, "although I don't feel well at all." "Goku, what's wrong with you?" 18 would say. "It must be because of the fight. You need to recover," Piccolo said. "No, that's not it. It's strange," Goku said. Goku would stand up and start walking, although it felt really strange. "My whole body feels heavy," Goku said. "Everything bothers me and I feel dizzy." "Kakarot, don't tell me you're going to turn into a zombie again," Vegeta said. No, I don't think so," Goku said, laughing. But the laughter would end. Goku would clutch his stomach tightly. He would feel enormous pressure. "Goku, what's wrong?" 18 would say. "It has to come out," Goku said. "Kakarot," Vegeta said, confused. "You have to get out of here," Whis said seriously, who seemed to be the only one who truly knew what was going on. Everyone would move away from there as Goku, on his knees, writhed in pain. Suddenly his skin began to release a strange smoke. "Perhaps it's because of the connection with Yanemba," Vegeta said. "That's the only thing that could explain it," Whis said. Goku's eyes would turn red and he would scream, expelling his Kai at full power. His hair would turn pink, almost similar to Zamasin's Super Saiyan Rosé. "What is that?" Vegeta said, thinking the worst. Goku would get up with a sinister expression. It wasn't Goku, it was Yanemba himself taking control of his body. "Now, with this body, no one will be able to stop me," Yanemba said. "Yanemba, how did you do it?" Vegeta said furiously. "I don't even know how I did it," Yanemba said. "I guess my connection with Goku forced me to end up in his body. Now, with this power, I will make them all disappear." What could happen now? That Yanemba has Goku's body. Will Goku be able to get rid of the demon? And also, what will become of the fate of Universe 7? We will find out all of that in the next part of this theory. Friends, I hope you liked it. Goku's movie turns into a zombie. Remember that if you want to see more parts of this theory, this video needs to reach 10,000 likes and lots of comments, and I'll upload more parts and movies without fail. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more theories. See you in the next video.